Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to some Irish forestry. Today we've got an interesting project. It's to make a forest table, or a piece of art. So a fart table, or a fortable, I don't know what you want to call it. Anyway, it was a bit damp when I got there from carrying too much weight. So we had to change the clothes, try and dry some, but it's way too damp. No trees have been harmed during the making of this film. Every piece of wood has been found on the forest floor. What we're doing is we're going to make 7 pieces of wood here to act as the core of the table.
Gonna go off the edge here, John?
The plan really was that we weren't going to make sausages until the table was built. That's what we had to do, was process enough wood to make the table. So we have 7 pieces of wood. We're going to bind them with some biodegradable twine.
There we go.
When I stood it up, I noticed that there was no way it was going to hold up a pot or a table or a kettle. Realistically, when I started this process out, I just thought it'll just stand, but it wouldn't stand on its own. So what I had to do was give the F-Artable roots. So these are roots for the table, and they're going into the ground about 4 or 5 inches each. And then I'm weaving them in and out of the table structure. And I continued to do this to the center column and mesh it to the ground. It was quite a peaceful time in the forest, to be honest with you. As I said, there wasn't really a design for this table. I wanted to create something so that I could cook on, and this is kind of like a standing table, one that one could stand up beside. Anyway, as it progressed, I ended up filling in all the gaps with bits of debris. I was picking up pine needles and stuff like this, and generally just trying to make it more and more stable to the point where if you ran into it, you couldn't knock it over. And then we needed a tabletop, and this tabletop was a raft design.
I'll just lift these up for you.
We tied it together, and then in between the gaps we filled them with twigs, and these twigs and whatever pushed it further apart and made it more solid. Then we spent about 10-15 minutes trying to make this raft, and when we did end up picking it up, everything fell apart. So everything you see here was done for a second time a couple of minutes later. But yeah, it was kind of like, is this enough of a tabletop? Will it hold gas? And I ended up filling the center of it with pine needles to be able to hold a gas cylinder. And then we put another piece of wood on top to create kind of a harder table. Anyway, this is kind of a first build. As I said, I wasn't really trying to get into spending too much time doing it. And I know I'm going to clean it. I'm going to make it a bit more presentable, a bit more of a structure to it the next time I go up. So anyway, it's a quick thing. I just thought maybe people would like to see the FORESTABLE, the table in the forest, the piece of art, the F-Artable, as we're going to call it. I'm not sure if everybody else wants to call it the F-Artable. But let me know your thoughts if you have any. If you don't have any, enjoy the fire. Enjoy everything about this day. It was, for me, this little forestry art installation is just so peaceful. It's just such a nice place to go. I hope you enjoy it someday with me in more of a camping situation, maybe the next time you see this. Happy birthday to anybody whose birthday it is. Happy Christmas. Happy anniversary. Happy Halloween. Anyway, there's the fort, and one thing I like is I like how invisible the entire structure is from 25 meters away. It is interesting just standing the sticks straight, how invisible it appears to the human mind. Anyway, again, thanks for watching. I hope you have a good day.
Like sunlight.
It's like gold, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bizarre.
Very bright like.
Yeah.